Bib shorts are one of the first and probably most important purchases you'll make when you get into cycling. But should you go for the cheapest pair you can get hold of? And what exactly changes if you do decide to spend more money? Well, today I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm using Altura today to help explain what happens as you spend more money, but it goes without saying that the core principles of this video can be applied to any bib short that you might buy. At the entry level, there are these, and these are the Altura Pro Gel Plus shorts. They cost £60. Now, you can of course get bib shorts for cheaper than that, but it's not an uncommon price to find hanging off a price tag in a bike shop. Now, step up from those, and you have these. These are the Altura Icon bib shorts, and they cost £70. And then at the top end, we'll be using these. These are the Altura Endurance shorts, which cost £90. There are three key parts to any bib short, and they are the pad, or the chamois, which is what you sit on when you're riding. There's the bib straps and the construction of the short in general, and then there are the finishing details like the cuffs and reflectivity patches, and I'll touch on all three of these in today's video. The main thing that will change across the chamois is its size and its density. Now, at the entry level, you tend to get a pad which is a little bit bigger and a little bit more dense. This is because riders that are buying an entry-level short might not be so used to spending time in the saddle and will benefit from the added cushioning that a bigger pad can provide. For example, this, the Pro Gel Plus pad, is 14mm thick, and it actually uses proper gel inside these padded bits, and this is for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it will help the pad move with your body when you're on the bike, but it will also just provide a bit more of a cushion to sit on if you're not used to spending a long time in the saddle. So the takeaway from this is that entry-level shorts can be quite precise with their cushioning. For example, these are built up more around where your sit bones would be and also where your soft tissue areas are to give you that greater amount of cushioning. But as you spend more money, you'll tend to get a slightly more subtle pad design. And you can see if I hold these side by side, they do look completely different to each other. For example, at £70, the Icon pad is a little bit slimmer. This is just 11mm thick. However, as you spend more money, you do get a couple of different options. And Altura do the same Icon pad, but in a different, thicker density for sizes extra large and extra large. And it's difficult to see by your eye, but you can see that the pad is larger and slightly thicker on these larger size shorts. At the top end, you might find what's known as a reversed pad, and this is where it takes that cushioning and the bulk of the pad and flips it away from the rider. This allows it to feel more subtle, which is what more accustomed riders like to feel from their chamois, but it still allows it to be cushioning and comfortable for longer stints in the saddle. In fact, these endurance shorts were created in collaboration with Mark Beaumont, and he is a man that knows a thing or two about riding for long times in the saddle. Put all of these bib shorts side by side and you'll see that there is a pretty significant change in the way they're built, or the construction of the short. When you buy a pair of bib shorts, you're looking for something with bib straps that offer a decent balance between something that's soft, something with some good tension and stretch in it, and also something that's wide to sit and spread tension across your body. Now, it's more likely at the entry level that you're going to find something which prioritizes some of those over others. For example, you're going to get something which is a little bit less soft, but you can see that these have decent widths to help spread that tension, and are also nice and stretchy, so they'll hold the shorts in place when you're riding along. Now, as you spend more money, you can see that the bib straps change quite significantly. Now, these retain that great elasticity of the previous pair and the tension, but are now much thinner and that bit softer, so they're going to be more comfortable when they sit against your chest. The other big difference is these are much more perforated, so they're going to breathe much better when you're working hard and bent over in the saddle. It's quite a big difference, as you can see. Now, it's at the top end that you're likely to get shorts that give you all the bells and whistles in the construction of their bibs, and you can see that on this endurance short here. These straps are much wider than any of its stable mates in the other models we've just seen, and they're much softer too to feel. They'll sit on your chest that bit wider to spread the tension, and then if you flip them over at the back, there's also no backing material here, which the other two did have. And again, this is just to let it vent away and get rid of that heat when you're working hard in the saddle. Now, as you spend more money, it is more likely that the materials of the shorts will change, or there'll be added benefits from third-party companies that the brands have partnered with. Altura, for example, use a MITI fabric on the back panel here, which is antimicrobial and antibacterial, and also very well wicking to take away the heat from your body when you're riding along. On the endurance short, there is this special panel of material on the legs, on the side of the legs especially, which is made from Choler, which is an anti-abrasion ceramic print. So this will give you a little bit of extra protection should you take a tumble when you're riding. Now you might also see another brand called Elastic Interface, and this is their little logo here. These are a third-party specialist chamois designer who specialise in making pads alongside the brands that employ them. And that tends to be a mark that you're onto something good when it comes to your bib short pad. As you spend more money, it is likely that things like grippers and cuffs are going to become more refined and finessed. Now I'm going to start with the top end shorts because that's where you're going to get the best example of a specialist cuff and gripper. So you can immediately see on the endurance shorts that it's just really wide, and that's to spread the tension across the biggest surface area possible. Flip it inside out and you've got silicone grippers, but nothing too intense, so you're not going to get that many marks left on your body, and it's going to feel more comfortable against your skin. Now all of these shorts use a similar gripper design in that the gripper only goes around 3/4 of the leg, and then there's a little bit of comfortable material left. This is to avoid pinching and the shorts being too tight against the skin. At the entry level, you can see that there's a more intense gripper. It has more tension built into it and elasticity. And you can see that the silicone gripping is that bit more obvious too. Now this will create a nice and tight fit against the leg, but it won't necessarily be as comfortable as that softer top end version. Now you can see that all of these shorts feature a degree of reflective protection. It's a really good little detail to have on any short you buy, because if you ride in the summer evenings when it's that little bit dimmer or dusky, you're going to want the added protection. So there you go, that's our explainer of what exactly changes as you spend more money on a pair of bib shorts. If you do have any more questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer them. Give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the Cycling Weekly YouTube channel. Now I'll be back soon with some more great tech content, and I'll see you then.